It's time for Top That Trade. Joining us right now, Bill Flynn, a Fox Business Network news contributor, and Alan Knuckman, the chief market strategist at St. Paul Research. Guys, here we go. Round number one, tell all. What's the most unusual thing that you do as a trader to have a successful trading day? For example, read the Wall Street Journal, work out, say a prayer.
Well, number one, I'm a psychologist, so you've got to learn to know yourself and be comfortable. Never get too worried, never get too excited. The fun of this is not the trading part. The fun is making money. You've got to remember that, have a consistent plan so you can attack the markets every single day as a new opportunity.
I drink a lot of coffee and a lot of prayer. I recommend that for everybody. I don't care what you're doing. It doesn't, whether you're a trader or not trader, drink a lot of coffee. Of course, coffee prices have been going through the roof, but I would recommend that. And prayer is always good. No matter what you're going to do, say a little prayer. It can't hurt.
I say a little prayer for you. Round number two, secret sector or stock. What sector or stock do you watch the most for clues about what could potentially be the next move for the stock market?
I actually look at the energy markets a lot, as you know, and I actually think that energy, whether it be oil or gas, a lot of time is a barometer for the health of the economy, because we can see things that you might not see in some other economic data, like supply and demand and weird things. It's amazing to me if you go back, to the China growth story. A lot of people were looking at that during the last decade saying, how's this happening? It's impossible. It can't happen. But if you looked at their demand for oil, gasoline, and other commodities, you could see quite clearly that what was happening in China was real, it was significant, and let's face it, it changed the global economy.
I have never agreed with Phil more. All right, so let's hold this tape. It all comes back to commodities. We're both commodities traders. That's where I started. And you have to be aware of the fundamental facts of the market. If you don't know what's happening with energy, the building blocks, if you don't know what's happening with interest rates, if you don't know what's happening with metals and the stock indexes, that sets the tone for all of the equities markets. You have to know what's happening in commodities, because again, they're the building blocks for everything that happens out there.
Round number three, trader time. How long do you lose money or make money in a trade before you say it's time to exit?
Well, every trade exact same. If you're a disciplined trader, I know it's easier to say than it is to do, but you identify, you execute, you manage, you can maximize. So it doesn't matter the time frame if you're a short-term trader or a long-term trader. It's that same process, and you should have your risk set up before you get into the trade. So it's not a matter of time; it's a matter of percent. So you always want your targets and your exits before you get into the trade, so you're not reacting emotionally.
There is no one set answer to that question for every person, because I think everybody's risk tolerance is different. And when you look at a trade, are you looking at a trade to make a quick pop, or you're looking for a trade for a long-term investment, or are you looking for a trade for a retirement that you probably shouldn't look at for 10 or 15 years? So it really depends on your time frame. But I will get back to this when it comes to traders' mindsets. One of the biggest mistakes I see the traders make is that they get into a trade and they have no idea what their loss is going to be. Right. And they end up letting their losses go a lot further than they would have had they had a plan going in. So I agree with Alan, you need a plan going in, but you also have to determine what kind of person you are, what kind of risk tolerance you can take. I've had clients that have taken massive losses, but don't take the losses. And sometimes they end up getting all their money back and then some, but there's other times where it just never comes back and they take a big hit.
All right, a lesson to be learned is stop looking. Watching the markets doesn't help your positions. You have to have a plan. Just staring at the screen isn't going to make it any better.
Well, you're going to love the bonus round question for today. It's ticker time. Can you spot the fake ticker? Will it be tip, plan, or secret?
I say it's a secret.
Yeah, it's the last one. Too many letters.
The answer is secret.
Now, don't keep that a secret to everybody else. Shh. If you see somebody trying to sell you a secret, don't take it. Trust me.
No hush hush here. Thanks a lot, guys. Business First AM continues right after this. Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.